Hi, today's lesson will concern learning academic vocabulary and some test-taking strategies you can use when taking a test in your grammar class, reading class, or even on a test like the TOEFL. So we're going to be looking at some vocabulary words that you may know or may not know. And in this exercise, you're being asked to read the sentences, read the paragraph, and decide which of these seven vocabulary words will go in that blank. Okay, so which word would best fit into this context? So this is a lesson about using context to determine the meaning of a word. Okay. Now, even if you cannot determine the exact meaning by knowing your parts of speech and knowing a bit about English grammar, you can start to figure out some of the meaning through the way the word is used in context. If you know it's a noun, then you know it's a person, place, or a thing. If you know it's a verb, then this is some kind of action. Somebody's doing something. If it's an adjective or adverb, it's describing something. So the first blank here, we are actually given a phrase that means the same thing or means something similar. So we're looking for a synonym here. We want a word that can replace by means of. He was going to make money by means of selling clothes. Well, I see the preposition by, and I see that preposition in whereby. So that gives me a clue that maybe whereby would fit in here. Okay. But I'm definitely going to need some kind of preposition or adverb, right? It's not going to be a noun, right? It's not going to be a verb or adjective. Something else is going on because I have the phrase by means of. Okay, so I'm thinking somewhat via or maybe whereby. Okay? So I'm going to be looking at one of those. Is that the right answer? We'll have to do a little more work to find out. But I can probably go ahead and ignore the first four words, right? Now, in the next blank, right, we're looking for a word that can replace made. This made a problem, so Strauss made them pants of strong denim cloth. So right here, I'm missing a verb. And if it's replacing made, this whole paragraph actually is all in the past tense. The verb made here is in the past tense. So I'm looking for a past tense verb. And I can see here at the top that the word acquired and constituted both have that ed ending. That certainly looks like past tense to me. So I can ignore the other words here and try to look at these acquired or constituted. Which one would make sense in this sentence? So I really only have to, so you don't have to look at 7 words. You just have to look at 2 words, okay? By knowing your parts of speech and knowing your grammar, right? I can focus in on the choices that would make sense, okay? The next sentence, Strauss had an idea by which the pockets could be made stronger with copper rivets. Again, I have a phrase by which, and I see that preposition by. Boy, that looks like whereby again. So I'm thinking whereby is going to go here or here. Okay, I have 2 choices. But again, I'm going to be looking for a preposition phrase, an adverb, something like that, right? Not a noun, not a verb, not an adjective, okay? Then the next blank here, we're looking for a word that can replace traditional. The teens made a strong statement against traditional clothing. Okay? Traditional is an adjective and it has that AL ending. That's very common for adjectives. And we see it here, I have two of them, conventional and integral. I have two adjectives to choose from with that AL ending. Right? So again, I have to read the sentence, read the paragraph, and through context, I will have to determine, is it integral clothing or conventional clothing? Which word matches traditional? Right? But I can ignore all the other words. Okay? I'm not choosing from 7 vocabulary words. I'm choosing from 2. Which one is it? Right? In the next sentence, the next blank, in the 1960s, jeans became a little more acceptable. So I'm going to be looking for some word that can replace a little, right? A little bit. Okay. Acceptable is a adjective, right? More acceptable. And a little is modifying that adjective. So this is an adverb. I'm looking for an adverb. So I go back up here and I decide which one of these are an adverb. And I only look at the adverbs, okay? And which adverb would go right here? Well, a little, when I talk about, I'm drink. I had a little coffee for breakfast, right? I only have a little money. Some looks like a little, right? Some money, some coffee, a little money, a little coffee. So this may be the correct answer. Again, I'll have to read the context and try to figure out, is it somewhat or is it another adverb? Do I have another adverb up here? The next blank I have, in the 1970s, jeans earned a new fashion status. I have another past tense verb, right, with that ed ending. And I have my 2 past tense verbs here, acquired or constituted. So which of those 2 past tense verbs would go in this blank? Read and through context, decide the correct meaning. And then the last sentence, today jeans are a blank necessary part of the wardrobe of many people. Okay? We have the word necessary. If you are familiar with the word necessary, it's an adjective. So we're going to be looking for an adjective that means the same thing as necessary. Okay? If I know the word somewhat, and I know that's not an adjective, then I can ignore it, right? I don't look at it. If I've already used one of these past tense verbs up here, right, for made or earned, then I can ignore it. And I'm only going to look at adjectives that could go in here. I have another clue through context because I have the add article an or un, right? You know, un will come before a word that starts with a vowel sound. Well, if you look up here, I only have 2 words, acquired or integral, right? These are the only 2 words that start with a vowel sound. So it must be one of those 2 words. I can ignore all the other words because grammatically, they cannot go in this sentence. We cannot, it would be incorrect grammar to say unconventional part, right? We would not say un with a consonant. It has to be a vowel sound, acquired or integral. So now I know it has to be one of those 2 words. I only have 2 words to choose from. So again, knowing that your parts of speech being able to identify nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs, looking at the context and knowing that here you need a verb and you need a past tense verb, or looking here and seeing the article un and knowing that you need a word that starts with a verb, a vowel sound, right? Knowing these things, being able to identify these things will make your assignments and make your quizzes and tests that much easier. And it will help you later when you are reading English, being able to identify and being able to figure out the meaning of unfamiliar vocabulary. So good luck with this assignment. Fill in the blanks. See if you can do it. Okay. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later.